Okay, so there are 5 love languages, and I'm going to read them to you. Words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
Yeah.
So if I was to tell you to speak my language, what are some things you would do?
Run them back.
Okay. Words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, and physical touch. And then I would say, speak my love language. What would you be doing around here? Or what would you do?
All right. I will repair the porch.
Okay.
I would also move the dresser in the guest room that you've been wanting. No, the leg on the dresser in the guest room, you want it tightened up.
Right.
I would do that
Right.
without you. You just walk in the house and see these things being done.
Uh-huh.
And then I would cuddle with you.
Well, no, you were on the right track because I'm saying of all 5, what's my top one? And so I would say by what you're saying, you
If
would.
you walk in this house and see me with a 40-foot ladder up on the side of that house doing something,
Yes.
I know I'm straight.
Right. So acts of service
The acts of service.
is my love language. Like, if you're knocking off something off the honey-do list, then I'm happy with you. Right? So,
No
but
doubt.
if I was to speak your language, I would have to say like, hey babes, your waves popping today.
Props is a true thug's wife.
Exactly. So I know for you, your language would be words of affirmation.
Facts.
So, okay, but of the 5, which one can you go without? Like, all right, yeah.
Give me the 5 again.
Words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
I ain't going without physical touch.
Right?
I will not go without gifts.
Right?
I will not go without gifts.
Right.
And I like to get my props.
So your top priority is words of affirmation, but what's the least? Like if I was to put these in order for you.
I don't really need. Give me the 5 again.
No, you really don't need quality time.
Oh yeah, I don't need that. I don't.
No, you don't.
I listen. You know, I could just sit by myself all day.
Right.
I don't need no quality time. All I need to know is that I know that you love me. I know it. So you ain't got to be prancing around and doing all that.
I know, but that would fall into words of affirmation. Like I would have to tell you that. You would more so want me to vocalize that I love you.
Right.
Right. But for me, out of the 5 that I could do without, is probably going to be
Words of affirmation. You want you want me to get up under that car.
I know because yeah, help a chick out. Like it's a lot to be done, and when I see you doing it, yeah, that works for me. But
No, I think you like words of affirmation.
it's probably out of the 5, I would say it's my least. It's my least because I like
You
acts
know
of
that is
service
true.
would be number 1. Maybe like quality time would be number 2. Gifts, physical touch, and then words of affirmation. I mean, because words are words. So I come from like the show me. So
Yeah,
if you're
'cause
showing me love, you don't have to say it if you're showing it.
listen, I could come downstairs and say, "Oh, you look cute." You'll be like, "Keep on walking." But if you see me down there in that basement doing something,
Right.
you'll be like, "That's sexy."
Or I'll be like, you're making a deposit.
Yeah,
Like
there
a
you
love
go.
deposit.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so research shows that the top love language is actually quality time. And so being fully present together, having conversations, going on walks, doing something together that you both like, it's like a bonding time and it fosters a connection. So that's everyone's top love language. Funny thing about it is, it's number 2 for me, but it's number 5 for you.
Damn, mine's number 5.
Yes, your order would be words of affirmation,
Uh-huh.
acts of service,
Absolutely.
gifts,
Yes.
physical touch,
Need it.
and then quality time.
Man, that's kind of messed up.
Well, it's you being a
But-
Leo.
Well, wait a minute. The touch that's not quality time.
What?
Touching.
It's quality time.
Touching.
No, I mean, I think people think quality time. I mean, you don't more so have to be doing something, but so you're saying like if
The touching.
you're on your phone, but you have your hand on me, you're giving me quality time.
I ain't talking about that kind of touching.
Well, what did you? Oh, I'm like, wait, you just gonna touch me and you gonna put that as quality time?
Okay, maybe that.
Well,
maybe,
your type of touching might be acts of service for me.
Oh man. Okay.
Right?
Well, this is news that people can use
No, for sure.
because a lot of people probably don't know nothing about.
their love
Really,
language.
they not really
Compartmentalizing.
compartmentalizing these things that are very necessary in a relationship.
I know, because think about it though. How many couples out there do you think have even taken the time to know, for one, that there's 5 love languages out there?
None.
Right.
Very few.
Shut up. At least some. But what I'm saying is, and then to really break that down and think about what you need in a relationship.
Facts.
Like, I think that we've had this conversation so many times that I knew right away that you were going to know that my top love language is acts of service.
Acts of service. I know it.
Right. Right. Like, yeah, get some stuff done.
Yep.
And then I can appreciate that.
And you knew off the rip. Mine's was words of what is it?
You, words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Right. And I know that, and I love to like talk about your signs. So as a Leo, I know that you enjoy the little praise of it all. So that would be easy for me to
Yes.
know just because I know you. So when people
When you
are,
snuck up on me the other night and said, "Ooh, your wave's popping,"
that's why I use that
or it
one.
did something to me.
No, I know. Like, I don't think about it. I'm not saying these things to you, or I'm not like handing out compliments to you just because I know that's your language, but I think I automatically speak your language because like if you're doing something and I say, "Oh, you have some pretty eyes" or something, that's just because I noticed that in the moment.
Right.
And that works for you. And so I get a deposit in the bank.
And when you say, "Hey, you know what? I was trying to get that thing right there," and I jump right down there and do it, I already know. I can feel it in the room.
Right. But what about when you
feel it.
meet me with resistance?
Yeah, you turn into somebody different.
Yeah, I'd be like, you just made a debit.
Yeah. Hold on,
No,
that's for another video because they don't know what the debits and credits are.
Oh, okay.
We haven't talked about that yet.
You be debiting.
Yes.
I mean, I'd be like, your account about to be overdrawn.
Listen, when
But we'll talk about that next time.
yeah, and before we get out here, I want to say something real quick.
Yeah.
When you be like, yeah, because I know you really telling me it need to be done, and you be like, yeah, that thing keep on coming in. I be like, yeah, I get that joint tomorrow. I feel the whole room stiffen.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
because
feel it. Like I'm like, man, I'm in trouble, but I don't care.
no, you just don't care.
I don't care today,
Right. Right.
but I'll get to it.
You will. And when you do, you get a credit.
All right,
Right?
I get a credit.
All right. So to sum this all up, I would just say acts of service. What's yours?
Gifts.
Words of affirmation.
Oh yeah, words of affirmation. Yours is acts of service.
And quality time is not high on your list. And words of affirmation. See, listen to that though. The thing you need the most, I need the least.
Yeah.
Like you need affirmation, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Well,
You know what I'm
guess
saying?
what?
That's on the bottom of my list.
Well, guess what? Opposites attract.
And sometimes distract.
And with that, we'll say, till next time, I guess.
Right. Like, comment, and subscribe.